this who pays. This is a topic that's a little bit near and dear to my heart in a negative way, and the reason being is that I ripped my jeans
again.
Well, again. The reason being is that I don't know if you've ever heard of have you heard of the Love Languages book?
No.
Oh gosh, who wrote that? Anyway,
look it up.
Well, yeah, you look it up. The Love Languages, 4 Love Languages, something like that. The book really impacted me when I read it. It's one of the better relationship books I've read.
Okay.
And people that have different love languages. So in other words, some people need a certain level of communication. Some people need gifts, and this is how they feel love.
Okay.
And very often, when you have different love languages, you can't communicate. Well, I dated a girl whose love language, taught to her by her father, was buy me shit, pay for stuff, and I went into some serious debt over this girl.
Yeah.
And
trying to express your love.
And yeah. And my love language was I need reciprocation, and
not in the form of material.
Not in the form of material, but I needed her to show me. Anyway, she tried to give me the same love language back, and I didn't get it.
Yeah, so that wasn't your.
That
love
wasn't
language.
my love language.
So, but what does this have to do with who pays for a date?
Okay, I spent a ton of money constantly paying for her, constantly giving her her love language, and she would have like shit fits and little tantrums if I didn't pay. So, and a lot of guys out there.
Does that leave like a bad taste in?
Horrible taste, and I think a lot of men out there are really kind of sick, and including myself, sick and frustrated with double standard. And the double standard is, I am a liberated woman. I am just as powerful as a man. Buy me fucking dinner. And you're like, wait a second, why do I have to pay for dinner every time? Why do I have to pay for everything for you if you're a liberated woman with a job as strong as mine? I mean, come on, it's a contradiction, and it's a little bit hypocritical.
Hold on, I got you, hold on.
Okay, yeah. Okay, no, go ahead, hit me.
Okay. So this is another thing that, like, you've read the book, you're looking at her videos, Mike and I disagree, and then we always end up agreeing at the end. So I totally get what you're saying, because I know women that are complete gold diggers, and they want you to pay for everything, down to the mint at the end of dinner, whatever. My rationale is I was raised that men should be chivalrous, and gentlemanly, and I have 2 young sons, and I teach them that. I teach them to open doors for women, to let women onto elevators first. I mean, they're little guys, and I'm already instilling this in them. That being said, when I go out on a first date with someone, with a guy, he damn well better pay for that meal.
I agree.
And let me, so see, we are agreeing.
I agree.
But also, I so agree with what you say, because I am an independent, liberated woman, and I don't necessarily want you to pay for everything, because, and we'll talk about this in a minute, I want you to explain the power dynamic when that happens, when you have a man pay for absolutely everything. So, let's say Mike and I were dating, he asked me out, we go to dinner, you pay for the dinner, you know what I'll do? I'll be like, you want me to pay for tip? Usually the guy will be like, no, that's okay. But then we'll go somewhere else and we'll have dessert or we'll have drinks, and I won't even ask. I'll be like, I got this. I'll buy your beer.
It shows respect.
It's total respect. But for me, it's respect for the man to pay for the dinner. I've been on dates and the guy has, slid over half the bill, or he's like, how do you want to do this?
Oh yeah, now that's just gay.
That's and I'm like, are you kidding?
Show him this video and tell him he's a little bitch.
Yeah, that's what I think. And automatically, it totally downgrades. Yeah, I have the money to pay half the bill.
Yeah, but
I'm
you're
not going,
cheesy.
I'm not going out with
you.
Totally.
Yeah.
But you're cheesy, and I'm not going to date you if it's going to be total.
If it's going to be a drama every time, a little push and pull over the bill, and that's uncomfortable. And now I want to add a stipulation to this. And the stipulation I want to add is if you fucking ask him out, you pay.
But that's a whole other thing that you shouldn't be asking him out.
Yeah, you should.
But yes, if you do, we say you shouldn't ask him out, and we'll get into that later. Check the next video. But you shouldn't be asking him out. But let's say you do make a mistake and you ask him out,
or you do it very creatively.
Yeah, you should pay.
Like, hey, I want you to look at this.
It's probably one of my men calling me. Maybe it's that cute French guy we met last night.
No, I think it's Frank.
Probably, which is a non-cute, non-French guy. But if let's say I was to ask you out, I'm going to pay.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay. But for the most part, when men ask you out, they should pay for dinner. And it's very interesting. I've been out with very young men who they're like, no, you're not paying, I got it. And then I've been out with older men that are like, well, you owe $52.10, that's your half. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You make 100 times more than I do, and we are splitting the damn bill. But not even that matters. Even if I made more than him, show just it's a little class. And if I like you, the next time we go out, I'm paying.
And just to reiterate, because I don't know if we hit this, but he in general should pay for the first date. You should either kick in that night or you pay for the next day.
Buy a drink.
Buy them drinks. Leave the tip. You just make sure it's reciprocated. And we don't need to get out the calculator.
It goes a long way, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
And a girl is like, oh, I'll pay for the tip.
I feel good about that. I want to give more, and I end up paying for more when she reciprocates. And I'm like, oh wow, you actually give a shit about me. You have respect for me.
Yeah, that she respects you, and you're not just a paycheck girl.
And I also know that she's a little bit smarter. That she kind of gets it. And she has empathy, and she's I think that's a little bit of a dinosaur way of thinking.
Okay.
It's kind of like, well, God, if I get into a relationship with this girl, is she going to pull her weight ever?
So that's our phones are just going off.
Yeah,
But so that's why some men get so uptight about.
And that's why a lot of older men get uptight about it too.
Really? But you see, I always thought older men would be cooler with it.
You think so, but the younger men I think are more focused on sex, so they'll do whatever it takes to get you in bed.
No, the older men are also focused on sex.
Yeah, we're all fucking perverts. And by the way, if you want to have sex, my number.
555.
And I will buy you dinner first.
5555. But make sure you buy him a drink afterwards.
Yep.
So I mean, we pretty much agree.
We killed that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I
good.
think we get that.
All right.